I don't listen to anything new at all. I mean, I actually had to go out and buy the new Type O album because I gave them all away and I could not remember the lyrics, which I still don't. That's my last CD is Our Own.
Was Brand New Sin one of the bands that you dug?
Brand New Sin was pretty cool. You know, they
Good
were
guys.
good. They were a good band to tour with. You know, they were a lot of fun.
I like Dio. He's pretty new, right?
Heaven and Hell, they're new.
You mentioned Hell Yeah. You want to throw that in there? Hell Yeah.
I like the new Hell Yeah record a lot. You know, big fan of Vinnie Paul, and I really like what they did with it. I wasn't quite expecting that when I saw the lineup.
Vinnie Paul's a big fan of Johnny's hair.
Alcohol and ass.
But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Other than that, I'm really not aware of anything new. Our new album, Dead Again, actually we started working on it, I guess like in the summer of 2005. Right?
More or less, yeah.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
And we spent a lot of months in the rehearsal studio, like, you know, just jamming on stuff. Sometimes we'd play the same riff for hours. We'd spend the whole day just working on one riff. There was like a number of personal setbacks in between, but
You're like rehab,
Specify.
prison, Kings County Hospital Psychiatric Unit, G Ward.
I think that covers all of our setbacks.
We froze our asses off in this little crappy room for 6 months. We were the only band in the whole studio complex to get kicked out for playing too loud because we were right above this Chinese food restaurant.
They kicked us out.
What was her name? Tina?
Tina.
She got me.
She especially had something for Peter. That big idiot. Why that's that big idiot upstairs? And like this, there was like dust coming down from the ceiling. They kicked us out. We had to move across the street. I was like halfway through the album.
And then about April of last year, we started, went to Systems 2, did the basic tracks.
That only took a week.
A week and a half, something like that, 2 weeks, and then went to Josh's house and finished everything else.
For the next 4 months, yeah.
That was a few months, but it was a journey.
It's actually hard for me to say because it's like a guy that works in a car factory all week long. The last thing he wants to do is go home and work on his own car over the weekend. So I really think that you're asking the wrong person because I don't even listen to music when I'm home. Just ask anybody. I rarely go out, but the changes that I have seen, or what I can say is I miss the old hardcore scene. You know, CBGB Sunday afternoon. You know, skinheads and punks fighting. I do miss that a lot. Well, there were clear divisions between musical styles. You know, like you had punk, you had hardcore, you had thrash, you know, you had this metal, you had that metal. Now everything has become, it just seems like a smear of like thrash metal and hip hop. So I call it junk rock. Well, Morrison, John Bonham, Bon Scott, Randy Rhoads, John Entwistle. I mean, there's a great band in heaven. And speaking of heaven, I actually wrote this song, Halloween in Heaven, for Dimebag Darrell. And so that song is about old dead rock stars. And I didn't want to mention his name because I didn't want it to appear that Typo Negative or Peter was exploiting Darrell, because he was a very close friend with the band, and he was actually one of Kenny's best friends. And you know, like when you don't see somebody for months at a time, it's hard to believe that you're never going to see them again. You know, and it still hasn't sunk in. You know, maybe that's some kind of defense mechanism. You know, because the older I get, the older my friends get, the more people. You know, it seems like I'm going to a funeral like once every 3 months. That's why I'm like always dressed for it, because you never know who's going to drop dead next. I hope it's me.